Hi, in today's video we're going to do a mini get ready with me, and we're going to review the new Natasha Denona drops, the mini Biba palette, and the Rose Cheek Duo. And we're going to talk about a few other products that I don't think I've mentioned on my channel before. And we're going to do a roundup on a product that I gave a review on but have since changed my mind. If that sounds like something you're interested in, stick around. We're about to get right into it. So hello, I'm so glad you're here. I'm Mona, I'm 51 years old. This channel is about Face with Mona. It's about beauty, skincare, and lifestyle for the more mature woman. It's about making our second half our best half. And today we're going to mainly be reviewing these two new drops by Natasha Denona, but we have some other things to mix in. So without further ado, we're going to get started. So these little palettes are among my favorite. They're $25 a piece. People say that they're hits and misses. I think there are some that I like more than others. I think most of them are hits. I like the price point. I like that I can get a very luxurious brand at a more affordable price. Affordable is relative. You can always get something more inexpensive at the drugstore, but the quality is superb. You get to try a luxury product at a decent price point. This is inspired by the 15-pan Biba palette, which is an all-neutral palette. So this is 5 brand new shades that sort of could be seen as an extension of that palette. The shades are neutrals and browns with rosy undertones, which is all my style. So first of all, in order to enjoy this palette, you have to like the color story. I'm more of a neutral girl. I like a pop of shimmer, and I like a dark outer V. And this is all that in a bag of chips. So how does this one perform? I think it performs well. People have said, can you dupe this? Absolutely. I mean, you can dupe this look for sure. This or cream to powder formulation, that might not be as easily dupeable in this shade, but you can find these neutral looks probably in palettes that you own. I'm a person that is always busy. I work a full-time job. I'm always on the run. I like my palettes to be put together in a cohesive manner that I could just pick up and one and done. I like to throw this in my purse and have a complete look or two available to me. I don't like to go digging through all my palettes trying to find the right look. I'm not going to do that. With the exception of palettes that have a shimmer that I might put on top of an all matte look, or one that has that base color. You know, that creamy white, off-white shade that can set an eye concealer or provide a base for the rest of your foundation. Those would be the only 2 times that I pick anything out of another palette. This is ready for me to go. So this dark brown shade right here, this is a deep mahogany brown. This is the color Bruno. This is Izzy. This is a Nude Dusty Rose. This is Blaze Nude. It's a light rosy nude. I love this shimmer. It has rosy undertones. It has a slight reflect. It's so pretty. This color is Blush. It's a light medium dusty coral. And this is Wink. This is a dusty coral brown. Now, some complain that there's not enough shimmers in this palette, and the other complaint I've heard is that these two are too similar. The other complaint is that this one is patchy. I'm not having trouble with any of those things because I think that these two are different enough that if you're looking to provide a gradient with dimension, that the fact that they're similar in color, it is a color story, that the fact that they're similar is okay. It gives me a little bit more gradient and it provides a pretty look. I'm just showing it to you. Whether or not this is your cup of tea is up to you. Izzy, Blaze Nude. This is definitely one of my favorite shimmers. I mean, it is just so pretty. I will show you these in natural light too. Is the color Plush. And then you have Wink, which is the creamy matte to powder. And I love this formula. let me just show you this. So this is the Natasha Denona Rose Cheek Duo, also 2 new complete shades. However, the blush is a compilation of 2 of her other already existing shades to make a brand new shade, a pink that is supposed to be good for all skin tones. So we're going to swatch this. It's also buildable. I did find that I had to work with this a while and kind of get that top layer off for it to really be creamy. It's kind of waxy when I first started using it, and I wasn't really getting a good blend of my cheeks. But now that I've gotten that top layer off, it has become very easy to work with. Now this highlighter formula is stunning. It is not for the faint of heart. If you do not like a bright shimmer, you are not going to like these. And these have their time and place. I usually prefer a more subtle one. Right now I've been enjoying the Merit highlighter, but this is really pretty. So I'm going to put these on my eyes, and then I'm going to talk about some of the other products that I have on, and I'm also, in case you want to stick around for that, and I'm also going to tell you about a product that I really gave a bad review, and it really had to be the condition of my skin at the time because it's a foundation that I'm really enjoying now. I'm going to take this color right here, and I'm just going to take it on a Sonia G Worker 3 brush. Also, I'm not dressed up today. I am in a plain old t-shirt, but it is the best kind of t-shirt that you can have. And I am all ready to roll tide for this game that is coming up on New Year's Eve. How about you? Any of you support teams into football, college football, pro football? Who's your team? What do you think? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear it. So I'm going to go in with this color, Izzy. I'm just going to go all over the eye. Set my eye before we started. I actually used a different primer for my eyelid than I usually use. Today I used the Natasha Denona Work and Set. I would be lying to you if I told you what shade it is because I can't read it. But it is a shade that is pretty close to my natural skin tone. So that could get a pretty neutral canvas to start with. I wanted to show it to you this way because I feel like this palette has a lot of one and done shadows in it. That literally you could use almost any of them except maybe the shimmer, and you could just create a one and done look to run out the door. Just to emphasize your eyes, bring a little color to it. I think that this palette is very beginner friendly. I think if you're not an expert, like I am not an expert in applying eye makeup, and you're just looking for a pretty everyday look with a little hint of shimmer or a little smoky night out, that you can get it all with this palette. Literally I could take this and take that shimmer shade and plop it in the middle and I could be done. I'm going to take this Rephr 14 brush. It's really soft, it's really small, it's a great crease brush for those of us with hooded eyes. I'm going to take this brown, I'm going to go just in the crease line. Trying not to go too far above it. This is the one that I've heard people say is patchy and hard to blend. Build it up a little higher, just in the outer V. I don't find that it's patchy for me. It doesn't give me any trouble to blend. So I'm going to go in with a little flat shader brush, and I'm going to pick up some of this cream to matte. Take a fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in with this color right here. This is the Plush, the light medium dusty coral. I'm going to blend right above my crease. And then I'm going to go in on top with the shimmer. You can go in with a brush, but you really get that boiled look if you go in with your finger or a wet brush. I'm going to take a clean brush and I'm just going to kind of blend it all together. I'm going to go back with that brown that they say is patchy and just catch a little bit more of that outer V that might have blended away. I'm going to go in with this little liner brush. This is a liner brush by Unique. I'm going to go with that Bruno, that dark mahogany brown on the outer corner. Then I'm going to take, I think this is an e.l.f. brush that does the same thing, but I'm going to use a little bit of that plush color and blend that out just a little bit. I'm going to take this little liner brush and I'm going to tap into that Bruno, that dark brown, and I'm just going to stamp it right up against my lash line. I'm going to add some Merit mascara and we're going to call this eye done. This is a nice mascara for every day. It does not give you a wham bam lash look. But it also does not clump, it does not flake, and it lasts all day. Okay, so that's look one. Let's go into look two. So I've already basically just applied that one color all over my lid, and now I'm just going to spruce it up just a little bit, but not quite as much as this. So instead of going in with that dark mahogany brown, I'm going to go in with that cream to matte. I'm going to pick it up with a less dense brush. And then I'm going to go into the center with the one shimmer that the palette does have, which is this one. And I'm just going to tap it into the center of the lid instead of going all across the lid. Take a fluffy brush that's clean and I'm just going to blend it out. I'm going to go in with this little brush and pick up that cream to matte. I think this is an e.l.f. brush. So you can have more of a smoky eye, or you can have more of an everyday look. Just dragging it right across my lash line, just to make my lashes look less sparse. I'm going with my same Merit mascara. Okay, so there we have it. Two looks, one a little lighter and one a little smokier. Same palette, good performance, I feel like, from all the shadows in the palette. Easy for somebody who's a makeup enthusiast but not a makeup expert. I find the looks are easy to create and they are right at my alley. These are the kinds of looks that I love. We're going to put on the Natasha Denona Rose Cheek Glow. So I like to put this on either with my fingers or with a dense brush. I love this Merit brush. Guys, if you get anything by Merit, actually I like the whole Merit line, but this brush is special. This is dense, but it is so soft. Is really good for applying the blush. Also, the other one that I like to apply this brush is by Eco2s, which is much more affordable. It's basically a foundation brush, but it picks up this blush really good. Picks them up. Nice wash of pink that's supposed to be universal. And buildable, and I find that it's both. really like it. I find that it's light. I find that it's buildable. I like the shade. I find that it lasts very well on my skin. I find it easy to blend. Like I said, I did have to get that top layer off. If I would have just did a first impression, I would have not given this a positive review. Okay, we're going to go in with the highlight. I am just going to take a small little brush. This is very intense highlight. I usually prefer a little more subtle highlight. Find when you first put it on that it looks a little chunky, but after a little bit of wear, I find that it sinks into my skin and it doesn't just sit on top. But it will emphasize a little texture if you have some. I keep it away from underneath my eyes and I keep it away from the corners of my eye. We're going to go in with Buff. This is one of my favorite liners by Pat McGrath. It's a good neutral liner, and I find that her liners have a lot of staying power. So I'm going to take this color, and I think it's complementary of this particular color story. Kind of that rosy nude. And I'm going to top that with this color lip gloss from Merit. I cannot tell you what shade this is, but I will link it in the description. I have all of them. I enjoy these. I wouldn't say that it's my holy grail lip product, but I like a gloss better than a lipstick. I always top everything with a gloss. This definitely has that rosy nude with a touch of rose undertone, so I think it's very complimentary. I'm just putting it on top of the liner, no lipstick. I'm going to go in with my Dior bronzer. This is the Dior Skin Mineral Nude Bronze Color Games. I'm just using it to warm up my face just a little bit. It's light enough to warm up my face without giving me too much color. So to say that I'm pleased with this purchase is an understatement. I love this look. I love the palette. I love the blush palette. I love the highlight. It won't be my go-to highlight, probably just because on the everyday I like something that's a little more subtle, but I am definitely enjoying it. This is a palette that I will probably hit pan on. I have no question that I'll hit pan on it because it's my color story. These are the colors that I like to wear. And quality, I think it's definitely worth my $25. And I don't think I said, but this is $19 for your blush and your highlight. If this is your color story, yes, can you find these colors or these types of shades in other palettes? I'm sure you can. But to have them in a cohesive little $25 palette that you can just throw in your purse and you can wear for day or for night, I think it's a great value. Now, whether it's for you, that's something you have to decide. So the other thing that I wanted to tell you is what I have on my face right now is the Aura CMA Full Coverage Makeup. I am still enjoying this product. On my eyebrows today, I just have the Brow Obsessive by Wet n Wild in the color Taupe. It works just fine at a really affordable price point. What I wanted to revisit was my review of the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum 1%. So I had done a review on this and it wasn't really positive, but at the time I had so much retin-A use going on, and I've discovered since that I have a really hard time with certain vitamin C's. They are irritating to my skin. I'd like to do a whole video, if any of you are interested and are still here, on what I found to be most flattering for my skin. I've done some minor tweaks. I still primarily use Dermatology, and Dermatology has come out with a new vitamin C that is not L-ascorbic acid. I am finding that L-ascorbic acid gives my skin fits. So I still try to use it like every third day because the science is there for that. But this other C5 has 5 vitamin C's in one. And it's working out good because it doesn't irritate my skin, it doesn't break down my skin barrier, and my skin looks healthier. And there is some research to support the benefits of those more stable forms of vitamin C. This on skin that does not have a destroyed skin barrier, does not have patchy areas, is lovely. And I have used probably almost half of it. 3 downfalls. The price point for a drugstore product is a little high. It's about 20 bucks. But compared to other prices, not so bad. Second thing is the application. The dropper, this bottle is always nasty. It's goopy, it's drippy, it seems not sanitary. So I wish they changed the packaging. The last thing is that it is not pore blurring, but it is hydrating. It is like a second skin. It does last me all day. I just find that with it, I have to wear a good pore blurring primer because it emphasizes a little bit my pores right here. And that might be because it's so hydrating and because it's just dewy, which is a good look for my skin, but not necessarily my pores on my bad side. But it's not clinging to dry patches anymore. It's not wearing off. It looks natural, it looks good, it's comfortable to put on. Generally, I'm just putting it on with my fingers. And I'm really wanting to take back that other review. If you have dry patches and your skin barrier is impaired and you have dry skin, it may not look good on you. It didn't at the time. But now that my skin is in a healthier state, it's definitely looking better on my skin. We're getting long on time, so I'm going to wrap things up. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have a lot of new products that I've been testing, and I have some new releases to review. And I also want to do an updated skincare program and talk to you more in depth about how I'm getting skin that I'm loving living in. If I don't see you before New Year's, have a happy New Year's Eve. Celebrate safely and go out and live like Mel.